Hi YouTube, my name is Lynn Gray, and I am a female to male transgender. Nice to meet you. Um, what this video is going to be about is basically how I figured out that I'm transgender. Uh, I only discovered about a month ago that I was transgender. Uh, but I've often thought about it. That makes sense. Not specifically that I was transgender, but I have had a lot of problems with my sexuality, with my gender role in society as a woman, with my appearance as a woman, and generally with, you know, uh, all around being a girl. So, about a month ago, I was sitting here in my house in this chair, yay, and I got to thinking. I had just gotten out of a relationship with this guy that was just, oh my god, control. He was really horrible. Um, and weirdly enough, this seems to be the type of guy I attract. But anyway, beside the point, not the issue. Let's move on. I was sitting in this chair, and I thought to myself, hey, I want to look like a guy. My hair was about to here. And so it was a little bit tough to look like a guy, but I actually grabbed some of my dad's clothes and I wore his stuff and like a oversized shirt and super oversized hoodie. And then I went and took pictures of myself and I didn't look anything like a guy, but it made me feel a whole lot better. And I just it really just kind of was that one step that made me realize, hey, wait a minute. There's a reason why I feel better this way. So, I originally thought I was just a cross-dresser because I had cross-dressed in high school as well. And then I joined this wonderful website called crossdressers.com. If you get a chance, you should definitely check it out, especially you FTMs out there, because we need more of you. I love the gals, but please, we really need some guys there. We really do. Anyway, so I joined this wonderful website and I started looking around at a lot of the stories, talking to fellow transgender people, and I started posting pictures of me cross dressing. It's like, hey, I like how I feel when I'm doing this. And I got my hair cut, and I started buying guy clothes, and pretty much that's all I wear now. And I was just really surprised at the amount of support that I got. And I started thinking, hey, this is evidently something I really enjoy doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started cross dressing in the first place when I was in high school, and I wouldn't be doing it now that I'm out of high school. So I was like, okay, well, what is it about cross dressing that appeals to you? And I realized that I really liked being taken as a guy. I'd always been kind of tomboyish growing up, and really, I've been having a hard time adjusting since I got out of high school because there's a lot more pressure on how to be a girl. There's pressure in relationships, job markets, there's societal pressure, get married, have a kid. Great for you if you actually want that, but not me. And so I was like, I really like how free I feel. So that's great. And then I started talking with this wonderful lady on there who is a fully transitioned male to female transgender person. And she started asking me some questions and was just like, are you just a cross dresser? Are you transgender? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just winging it. And then, because of some of her questions, I got thinking, and I got to thinking about stuff in my past where I was like, not a typical girl, I guess, is where I'm going with this. And I just really, the happiest moments of my life were when I was dressing as a man. And the way that this all came to a head of me going, I'm a female to male transgender person, hoorah! Is that I I figured, I was like, okay, if your sex is whether or not you are a male or female, and your gender is what's inside your head of whether you are male or female, that mainly deals with social interactions. I mean, you can be a male or female depending on how you go about your day and how you're raised, then gender doesn't really come up to you a whole lot. And so really I was like, okay, so if gender has to mainly do with how you interact with people, then it probably has to do a lot with dating. There's this whole other subject. And so I asked myself, I was like, what would be your perfect date? If you had, because, I've been being asked, do you see yourself as a boy or as a girl? Do you see yourself as a lesbian? Do you see yourself as an alien? I don't know. What do you see yourself as? And really, it had never occurred to me to think of myself as anything other than female. Because, I have boobs, I have a vagina, I have huge hips. What else could I think of myself as? And so I got to thinking not only about what my perfect date would be, but what I really want to be. Um, this has been a question that's been plaguing me for quite a while. And I was like, what do I really want to be? What are the characteristics that I want in my life? And what would I want to do in a relationship with someone else? Very heavy questions. And the answer for me was that I wanted to be basically the guy, not the girl, not the girl acting like the guy, the guy. I wanted, I have what people call an old school gentleman type mentality. I want to be the type to bring the person I'm dating flowers and pick them up and decide where we go and, really give them a great time, which I can't really do as a girl, even if I'm dating other girls. It just doesn't feel right. And so then I was like, okay, so I want to be a man as far as relationships are concerned. So what do I want to be like the rest of the time? And what values are important to me? What qualities are important to me? And I I was really obsessed with knights when I was younger. And I started thinking, I want to be someone that's courageous, someone who's able to get out there and stand on their own 2 feet and to be this and to be that. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that the things that I was in my head, or that I wanted to be in my head, did not fit with my gender. Doesn't fit with boobs and vagina. All that sucks. So, I am now a, pre-op female to male transgender. I am still quite new at this. Like I said, just realized it a month ago. But I hope that somebody watches this and maybe it helps them a little bit if they're trying to figure out whether or not they're transgender, or even just looking for the questions to ask. And I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't know if I'm gonna go get operations or anything, or start on testosterone, or do anything like that. But I now have a starting point, and that's really what you need to look at. You coming out as transgender is a starting point, in my opinion, because from there you have something of something to go from. I researched a lot of things before I decided that I was transgender, and this was what fit me. Maybe it doesn't fit you. It's up to you. But I think that this is really what I am. And I hope that you guys follow me along as I go through my journey with this. And I really hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!